How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be doing another Dollar Tree Blu-ray and DVD haul. It's been quite a while since we did this. I believe we're on part 36 now, which is a crazy high number, but these were always so fun to do. Going to the Dollar Tree and looking through the movie bin is something I do anyway, but to, say, hey, look at this wacky fun stuff I got, that was always really cool. And as I say almost all the time, this is one of the most successful things I do, and that's all thanks to you guys. So to everyone who's liked and subscribed and left, comments, thank you for really helping this thing out. Now, anyway, I do want to say it has been a while since I've done one of these, and that's primarily because Dollar Tree hasn't been putting out as many movies lately. I mean, I go there all the time just to buy regular things, and it seemed like for the longest time all they had was their rock bottom remainders, a bunch of stuff that just nobody was picking up. And I didn't want to just grab random movies that I didn't want just to do one of these. I want to pick the movies I legitimately want. And recently, I walked into my Dollar Tree and I noted that they had set up a movie night display off to the side. I looked through this and there was some good stuff here. Today we have 11 movies, and 3 of them are going to be on Blu-ray. And also, a few of them are pretty big titles, which is really great. So we'll do the Blu-ray section, then we'll do the big DVDs, and then after that, I have a bunch of random little horror movies, most of them by Vertical, that are, not the biggest thing ever, but I always like adding random little horror movies to my collection, and if I can do that for just $1.25, that's pretty cool. But anyway, without further ado, let's jump to the movies and switch to the close-up camera. Alright, here we are inside the castle taking a look at my Dollar Tree movie haul. And of course, starting out with the Blu-rays. Overall, this was one that when I saw it, I was like, wow, I can't believe this is in here. A really new, big-budget Hollywood movie. Godzilla, King of the Monsters. I believe this is the second in the MonsterVerse series, or, well, the second Godzilla film. I forget if the King Kong one came out before. I think it did. But yeah, the new MonsterVerse movies are stuff that I like. I like them well enough, but I'm not the absolute biggest fan of them. I feel like with giant monster movies, the best way to go about them is to either be super campy and fun, or legitimately try to make them scary, and that's harder. But the new MonsterVerse movies are leaning more into that action blockbuster route, which I was not a super big fan of. And in this one, I felt the human plot, the villain, was incredibly generic and kind of dumb, and I think this was the one with the monster remote thing? Yeah, no, whatever. But that being said, I did like how they put a bunch of monsters in this. The villain was King Ghidorah, who was one of my favorite Godzilla villains. I thought his design was so cool. And we also do get Rodan in here, a very underrated Godzilla character. So yeah, not the hugest fan of this series, but I did think it was good enough. So I hadn't had it on Blu-ray yet, and to see that I was able to pick it up for just $1.25 is really great. And as we can see from the front here, this is the Canadian version with the French language on the cover, so it does look a little different than some of my other releases, but hey, finally picked this up. I think I only have the first Godzilla movie, and then this one. I really need to get the other two, the Kong one and then the Versus Kong one. Anyway, Blu-ray and DVD here, and they are different colors, but other than that, just a text logo design. Anyway, let's put that back in its case, and the next one, another big budget Hollywood movie, and also another giant monster movie, oddly enough. Oh no. this next one is Rampage with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in it. And this movie I thought was pretty good. And not great, but a pretty good movie. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is like a zookeeper, and this, I think it's like something from space, makes his albino gorilla really big, and he has to try to, overcome this evil corporation plot and have his giant monster win against the other two. And they actually do find an interesting way to keep him involved during the climax of this movie, because human characters are notoriously hard to manage during giant monster movies. So not a perfect movie, but I thought it was pretty fun. Flip it to the back. Big star, big monsters, big fun. Yeah, I thought this was cool. Not the best thing ever, but it's fun. And much like Godzilla the Blu-ray and DVD and the disc are lighter and darker colors. I guess they're both Warner Brothers. Maybe that's what they do for their Blu-ray DVD releases now. Anyway, the third DVD, something completely different. This movie's called Sushi Girl, and we can see that the Blu-ray DVD combo was a limited edition Best Buy. I do like when they leave the tags on that we get to see which stores filter their movies into Dollar Tree. I've seen stuff with Walmart stickers before, and now here's a Best Buy one. Basically, Dollar Tree and Big Lots get their stuff when other stores can't sell them, and they say, hey, give them to us, we'll sell them for a cheaper rate. So that's an interesting sticker. But anyway, pick this up because Blu-ray DVD combo pack for $1.25, that's good. But also I needed it for my Tony Todd collection. Tony Todd, The Candyman, Final Destination, really great actor. So whenever I see one of his movies, especially on Blu-ray in the Dollar Tree, really hard to pass up, and I've picked up a few of his on this channel before, but we flip it to the back, and it talks about how there's this guy, he went to prison, but kept his silence, and he didn't rout out the rest of his gang, and the gang's getting back together, and they're talking about where the treasure has been hidden all these years, and they're eating sushi. It's one of those places where you can eat sushi off a lady, hence the title Sushi Girl, and she has to to lie there and be quiet while they're talking about all this crime stuff. And yeah, I don't know how the movie plays out after that, but hey, an interesting concept, and we do have Tony Todd in it. And the Blu-ray and DVD are exactly the same. Really wish they would make them look a little bit more different, because you have to zoom in right there to that little symbol to see that this one's the Blu-ray. At least they typically put the Blu-ray in the same spot. Anyway, so that's the end of the Blu-rays. I was able to get 3 of them. That's pretty good. Some days you don't get any. But after that, I do have 2 more relatively big ones. This first one is Glass with Samuel L. Jackson, Bruce Willis, and James McAvoy, and this is the 3rd in M. Night Shyamalan's Unbreakable series. Basically, you had Unbreakable back in the day, and then you got Split, which was another entry into that series, and everybody was looking forward to see what Glass was going to do as the 3rd one, as the epic finale. And there are some parts that work. It's in a asylum for most of the movie, and it's really, man, it's primarily just that climax and the disappointing way that some of these characters' plots end. And I'm like, that's it? That's all we were building to? So, yeah, a lot of it does work, but man, it's just that ending that really sinks it. I don't know. But I needed this for my M. Night Shyamalan collection, and for a movie that I wanted, but I wasn't a huge fan of. Glad to pick it up for just $1.25, not spend too much money on things I'm not super interested in. And again, relatively standard, just the title and 1 color for the disc. Anyway, after that, we have a movie that I kind of wanted to pick up, but it wasn't the biggest on. That is Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans, and this is obviously another Canadian copy, hence the version France included. But the original Teen Titans show was something that I really did enjoy back in the day. It was really cool, you know, had that anime influence on it, and really good plot lines that went through it, and it really did build to something. So I really liked the original Teen Titans. I'd never watched too much of Go. I know that some people absolutely hate Teen Titans Go, and I get why. But to be honest, it's hard for me to get mad at a dumb kid show. I've seen a few episodes, and to be honest, I did laugh a few times when I did watch it. Yeah, nowhere near as good as the first, but I'm not really mad at it. I don't know. But anyway, they eventually did a crossover. Something like the Master of Games gathers both Titans and forces them to fight, which is a pretty basic concept, but it sounds like there's something with Raven and, you know, her being a big magical character is probably going to make this a lot more complex. Two worlds, too many Titans. De monde, trop de Titans. And there they are in like a spaceship. So, yeah, it's something I was kind of interested in. And there's Raven and you guys on the disc. But yeah, something I was kind of interested in, but didn't pick up, and seeing it for $1.25, I guess I'll check it out. You know, I liked the show, and I did like Trouble in Tokyo, the movie that rounded out the series, and to get to see the original versions of the characters back, yeah, I'll check it out. Hope it's fun. Anyway, after that, the DVDs that are just random little horror movies, most of which by Vertical. And let's start off with the only one with the slipcase. This is Phobias, and it talks about how, I like the thing on the girl's head, but anyway, the executive producer of Ready or Not, there's a mad doctor trying to weaponize fear, and he has 5 patients suffering from extreme phobias he's testing. And if you look at the written and directed by, was that 5 directors listed, it looks like? So I'm betting this is an anthology film where they look at the different phobias or something. Don't know, but I'll be willing to check it out. Looks interesting enough. And like I said, not a huge horror movie, but for just $1, well, $1.25 now, I'll pick it up and check it out. Now, I do want to mention Phobias. On a previous Dollar Tree haul, I don't even know if I filmed this. This may have been before the videos. I did pick up a movie called Phobia, and I was wondering if Phobia and Phobias were related. From what I could gather, they're not, but I did think it's interesting that 2 movies had a very similar title. Anyway, after that, the Manson family massacre, and we get to see all of them going up to the creepy house. This is the only one of these movies that's by 4 Digital Media. All the others are from Vertical. But it talks about the Manson family murders and how there's a new rock singer that's moving into the house and is being haunted by ghosts, and maybe the Manson family was up to something even more sinister than what everybody knew they were doing. There's the disc there. Yeah, there's been a bunch of, you know, a resurgence in true crime interest as far as horror movies go, and, well, the public in general. There's so many true crime documentaries and podcasts now. And then Tarantino made Once Upon a Time in Hollywood that dealt with the Manson family in a very different way in that movie. But then we got several of these direct-to-video Manson family movies, and they are jumping forward in time, probably so they're not locked into a story that everybody knows, and they can do something more modern, and in turn probably lower budget. But I'll see how that one plays out. Anyway, back to the Vertical movies, and this is The Dawn, and we get a creepy cover of a nun praying, and half her face and hands are cracking and looking like a doll or something. Flip it to the back, and it says that A father went crazy, murdered his family, and missed the oldest daughter, and she goes to a convent where she's haunted by the evil spirit that possessed her father and is trying to work on her now. Okay. Open it up. The disc is the same as the front. Again, not the biggest, best, craziest horror movie concept. Direct to video, so don't have super big hopes for it. But that being said, $1.25, add it to my collection. Work on the, might be a creepy nun, so can put that in the creepy nun subcategory. After that, The Unfamiliar, with this girl reaching her hand out. And it talks about this army veteran, a medic, that she goes home and thinks she's suffering from PTSD. And she's there with her daughter, but of course it's not really PTSD. It's a ghost. And I do like this house with the lights on it there. Again, not super high hopes for this one. Looks like your average direct-to-video, low-budget horror movie. But that being said, for $1.25, I'll check it out, you know? And that's the thing is, you see a lot of direct-to-video movies like this at Walmart, and when they're at Walmart, they're for like anywhere from like $9.99 to $12.99. I can't be buying all those, so I try to, when I go to Walmart, I try to legitimately look for the good ones. But when you're at Dollar Tree, yeah, I can afford $1.25, get a whole bunch of them. And one more, Vertical. Well, actually, there's two more, but I'll show you why I'm grouping these together. Cruel Peter. And we get, again, a portrait cover. And we flip it to the back. True evil never dies. And it talks about how there's this girl, her mother dies. She tries to summon the spirit of her mother, accidentally gets Cruel Peter instead. An evil guy that was killed in an act of revenge. And now the father has to try to save the daughter. And like I said with all these, sounds fine, you know. But anyway, there's the disc with his head kind of scooted over. But what I wanted to show you with these last three, they're all vertical movies, and they're all portrait covers. And, you know, creepy guy, half face, creepy girl lost in the darkness, and creepy nun, half face. And they're all red or black backgrounds. And I do like... Doesn't this almost look like a line of films that's supposed to go together with these portrait covers? It may just be me, but they're all vertical and they all kind of match, and I feel like they kind of feel like a nice little series there. Again, probably just standard cover design, I don't know. But one more. And that is Awoken. Never Sleep Again, with a creepy patient in a hospital gown and blank eyes coming towards us down a hallway. Flip it to the back, and it talks about how there's a girl and her brother has this disease where he'll literally never sleep again until he dies. I'm not sure if he goes to sleep he dies or he can't sleep till he's dead. I'm not 100% sure. But she's a doctor, and she's going to try to save him, and of course, there's something more spiritual and sinister behind this, and hey, I'll see how it pans out. I do have, you know, obviously, Nightmare on Elm Street, biggest sleep movie, but I really should set aside, I'm seeing a couple of these looking off to the shelves, and just remembering the past hauls, there's a bunch of these sleep studies, dreaming horror movies. Maybe do a sleep horror marathon. That would be fun and interesting. There's the disc with the same as the front. So overall, not the biggest haul, but we got a few really good movies on Blu-ray too. Godzilla and Rampage, both for $1.25, both Blu-ray DVD combo packs. I was super happy to finally pick up Glass, and the new Teen Titans movie, you know, maybe didn't want to spend full price on it, but hey. And look, there's Trigon, Raven's dad, on the side. You know, I'll see the new Teen Titans movie. That should be fun. So, and then whole mess of random low-budget direct-to-video horror movies. Why not? Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom. This should be my hauls playlist. If you want to see every episode from the beginning, like I said, this is part 36, so there's quite a few of them. You can click right there and see more. A ton of movies, man. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Relevant playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.